There are moments in life when we look at someone and quietly decide who they are. We observe their appearance, their behavior, their past, and without realizing it, we create a judgment in our hearts. It feels natural, almost automatic. But what we often forget is that we are seeing only a fragment of their story, not the full reality of who they are in the sight of Allah. A person you consider weak in faith may be fighting silent battles you know nothing about. They may carry regret in their heart, turning back to Allah in ways that are sincere and hidden from the world. Their tears in the night, their whispered du'as, their internal struggle to become better. None of this is visible to you. Yet you still form conclusions based on what is easiest to see. At the same time, a person who appears righteous may be struggling with intentions that are not pure. Good actions can be performed for recognition, for praise, or simply out of habit. From the outside, everything looks perfect, but inside, there may be pride, arrogance, or a lack of sincerity that only Allah can truly judge. The truth is that human beings are not qualified to measure the worth of another soul. We do not know the past that shaped them, the pain they carry, or the sincerity hidden within their hearts. When we judge others, we reduce complex human beings into simple assumptions, and in doing so, we forget our own imperfections. Judgment creates a false sense of superiority. It makes a person feel as though they are better, safer, or more deserving. But in reality, it distances the heart from humility. And without humility, the connection with Allah begins to weaken in ways that are not immediately noticeable. This is where self-reflection begins, not in looking at others, but in turning inward and asking, what do I truly know about myself, and what does Allah see that I have ignored? Judging others is not always loud or obvious. Often, it exists quietly within thoughts, small comparisons, subtle assumptions, and silent conclusions that shape how we see people. Over time, these thoughts begin to feel justified. They create a lens through which we view others, making it easier to focus on their flaws while overlooking our own. This is one of the ways Shaitan operates. He does not always push a person toward major sins immediately. Instead, he plants ideas that feel harmless at first. He encourages comparison, making you feel that you are doing better than someone else. He highlights the mistakes of others so that you become distracted from your own. Gradually, this builds a sense of pride that replaces humility. When pride enters the heart, self-accountability begins to fade. A person becomes less aware of their own shortcomings because they are too focused on noticing the faults of others. This creates a dangerous imbalance. The heart that should be engaged in seeking forgiveness becomes occupied with observing and evaluating others. Islam teaches that true awareness is not about monitoring people around you, but about being conscious of your own state before Allah. Every individual will stand alone on the day of judgment. At that moment, the opinions you formed about others will hold no value. What will matter is your sincerity, your intentions, and your actions. There is also a hidden risk in judging others. It can lead to hypocrisy within the self. When someone constantly points out the flaws of others, they may begin to ignore similar or even greater flaws within themselves. This disconnect creates a false image of righteousness that is not rooted in reality. Shaitan benefits from this state. As long as a person feels secure in their own perceived goodness, they are less likely to seek repentance or self-improvement. They remain stuck, believing they are progressing, while in reality, they are being held back. True growth begins when a person recognizes that the greatest work lies within their own heart, not in the lives of others. There comes a point when a person realizes that constantly judging others brings no real benefit. It does not improve the heart, it does not increase sincerity, and it does not strengthen one's relationship with Allah. Instead, it creates distance from humility, from self-awareness, and from the mercy that every human being desperately needs. Allah is described as the most merciful, the one who covers faults and gives people chances to return to Him. Every person, no matter their past, has the ability to change. The one you look down upon today may become closer to Allah tomorrow in ways you cannot imagine. Hearts can transform, intentions can become pure, and lives can completely shift through sincere repentance. At the same time, the one who feels secure in their current state may face tests that reveal weaknesses they never expected. Life is unpredictable, and guidance is not guaranteed. It is something that must be constantly sought, protected, and appreciated. When you begin to see others through the lens of mercy rather than judgment, something changes within you. You become more aware of your own need for forgiveness. You begin to understand that just as you hope Allah overlooks your mistakes, others deserve that same consideration. Choosing not to judge does not mean ignoring right and wrong. It means recognizing your place as a servant, not a judge. It means focusing on your own growth, your own sincerity, and your own journey toward Allah. Every moment is an opportunity to shift your focus inward, to replace comparison with reflection, to replace pride with humility, to replace judgment with compassion. In the end, what matters is not how you saw others, but how Allah sees you. And that is determined not by your opinions about people, but by the state of your heart, your intentions, and your actions. A sincere heart, aware of its own flaws and constantly seeking improvement, is far more valuable than a heart that feels superior while overlooking its own need for change.